Hey everybody, what's up? This is Jessica.
And I'm Michelle.
Welcome to Dish and Dine.
Dine.
We'll be dining on some delicious food.
And dishing about faith, love, sex, and relationships.
And discussing some of the hottest topics in the news.
We hope to inform,
encourage,
inspire,
and entertain you.
Welcome to Dish and Dine.
Hey everybody, I'm your girl Jessica.
And this is Michelle.
Welcome back to Dish and Dine. We are so excited about this episode of Dish and Dine because we are talking all about, girl, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
With the fabulous
Lakeisha Michelle. Fab, you guys are going to love her so much.
Wakanda forever.
We just got to say a big thank you to our sponsor, who is sponsoring our delicious food today.
Trattoria Al Giardino, Frisco, Texas. Stop by and say hello.
Yes, stop by and say hello. And y'all, make sure that you like, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you listen on iTunes, on Google Play, on Stitcher. Listen on all. Okay, guys?
Watch. YouTube.
And enjoy this episode of Dish and Dine.
Welcome back, everybody, to the next episode of Dish and Dine. This is episode 3, and y'all, we are so thankful to each and every one of you for the amazing support. Like, seriously, after that last episode with celebrity stylist Jay Bolin and we discussed the topic of confidence, we received so many emails, so many DMs telling us how much you guys really enjoyed the podcast and the fact that we have now brought it to YouTube. So
Yay.
Thank y'all.
Give a little visual to go along. I love it.
Got that vision, got the visuals. Yes, we're so excited. But y'all, let me tell you, we have a phenomenal woman who is joining us on the podcast today.
Yes.
But before we get to this phenomenal woman, don't forget, y'all, you can always send your questions for our woman to woman.
This is too cute.
Segment. The woman to woman segment. Send your questions to dishandDinePodcast@gmail.com. Or you can always slide in our DMs on the gram or on Facebook, all right? So we are dining because, you know, we always have a dining experience. And y'all, just to let y'all know, when we have these dining experiences, we are literally sitting down in a restaurant. Sometimes we'll have a chef come to our home. But today, we are at a beautiful, lovely, authentic Italian restaurant. Tell us a little bit about our sponsor today,
Oh my
Michelle.
goodness, Trattoria Al Giardino, located in Frisco, Texas. Oh my gosh, I don't have the address handy, but we'll make sure we put a little disclaimer to have it there.
We're going to put that in the description box. And we look at our guest over here. She like, let me pull that up for you.
Oh my
Google.
goodness. At 1279 Legacy Drive, Suite 100 in Frisco, Texas. Y'all, this is authentic. You come in and you get a little taste and a feel of Italy. I've had the opportunity to watch them actually cook and tenderize. I mean, they be beating that meat like, bam. Oh, that didn't sound too good.
Oh my goodness. Oh, y'all, like I always say, y'all know my mama crazy. Y'all know she crazy.
I'm gonna behave. I'm gonna keep it in context today.
PG, keep it PG.
But it's what happens, it's an experience.
Girl, they was beating it when we walked in. And Gianni brought us out these beautiful little mimosas.
Yes.
Cheers.
Clink, 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 clink. All right, so y'all know, many of you, the feedback that you have sent us is you feel like you are actually right here with us dishing and dining. And that's the whole purpose of Dish and Dine. So if you hear stuff in the background, it's because you are right here with us.
Here in this restaurant.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and dive right in. Y'all know I'm about to introduce our phenomenal guest, all right? She is a singer, songwriter, and entrepreneur. She went from broken hearted from an abusive relationship that almost cost her life.
That's when I knew her.
To creating a booming, successful salon business when she learned the power of self-development and God. She changed her mind and the world opened up in a magical way. Lakeisha learned how to work on the business as the CEO instead of just in the business as the technician, allowing her to exit successfully from behind the chair, live location free, and create other ventures on her terms. International best-selling author of The CEO Stylist, over 700 enrolled students in her courses, 3 million viewers, 25,000 subscribers later. She continues to use her voice in song and content creation to help women experts everywhere create profit, transform their lives with kingdom principles. Yes. Everybody, y'all, welcome to the Dish and Dine Podcast, episode 3. Our sister Lakeisha Michelle.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Woo! Michelle.
Oh my
I'm listening to
gosh.
that. I'm like, wow, I've been busy.
You have been busy.
Yeah.
I remember going on your Instagram page when my mom first told me about you, and I was so impressed. I was like, whoa, hold up. You write music. You are doing the CEO Stylist, best-selling author, international best-selling author. And on top of that, you also do so many things with Lisa Nichols.
Yeah.
And I think that is so incredible to have someone like her as a mentor.
Yeah.
Wow.
Awesomeness.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Mentorship will catapult you years ahead of where you would, how long it would take you normally to get through something. And I just met her doing makeup back when I was in the salon here in Dallas. Met her doing makeup, and the first day she's a good read on energy. Like if you walk in the room, she's reading your energy. Like it shouldn't even try to do it on purpose, And so it's funny because I was so nervous because I didn't know who she was. So my friend called me. She's like, "You need to come do my friend's makeup," And I'm like, I don't do celebrities. Like I've had enough. So I used to do celebrities. I don't really care for that. I was like, So she kept telling me, "Keisha, come on." I'm like, no. And then that's my friend. So she was like, "Friend." So I Googled the lady, and I look and I see her on Oprah, and I was like, oh nah, I can't be with nobody better than Oprah. Like it was so funny the conversation I had in my head. But I went, and I remember I was so nervous because I just didn't want to mess up. Because after I looked at her, I didn't even know she was on The Secret. I remember looking at The Secret and briefly.
Oh my gosh. The Secret.
And and I remember looking at it briefly, and y'all grew up in a super strict church. So certain people on there, I was like, nah, I ain't got time. I don't know what they talking about. So I just cut it off. Like but I understood, and I remember her, but I didn't remember her at that time. So it's funny because it was a few people that I resonated with. And then other people I was like, too starry. I'm not really connecting. So
I know how that is.
So I get in there and I'm still nervous, and she just looked at me, and I saw her just release her nerves so that I could, she made space for me to create. And I was like, well, you could just see the shift, and I just felt good, and I was like, okay, I can do this. And then I just did her makeup, and then she turned around and she looked at it, she's like, I love it. She was like, oh my God, you gotta show me how to do this, and this. And I'm like, okay. And then she was like, what are you doing for the rest of the day?
Wow.
And I had a day of clients, and she was like, why don't you come? You want to come with me? And I was like, yep. I called everybody. I was like, I'm not going to be back. I'm going to be with this lady. And it's so funny because I didn't know to what capacity. I didn't know her history of I saw some videos and stuff, but I still didn't know what she was up to. So it was funny because my friends at the time were like, you're crazy. Like, you're counseling your money for the day to go be with this lady. She ain't even paying you. She ain't even doing this and that. And it's not that she didn't pay me. She paid me. But what I saw her in her energy, it was like, I got to be around her. She had something that I couldn't explain. And she instantly, it was so funny because she said, you're going to be my assistant for the day. And I was like, wait, what I'm going to be doing? I was so nervous. Like, I don't know how to do that. And so she just took me. From that day, we never separated. Like, literally, we worked from that day, from sunup to sundown. I did anything she asked me to do. Anything. And it was so funny because she said, just come with me. And when I grabbed your hand tight, pull me away. I was like, what does that mean? But we go out, and all these people are like bum rushing her, crying, wanting to sign the books. And she would just pull my hand. I'm like, come on. I'll be that person. So I just took care of her. Whatever she needed. Take her shoe off, comb her hair, do her makeup, whatever. Like, her job is so strenuous, and she gives so much on stage. By the time she comes off, she got meetings, she got calls, she got interviews. So I just really became a servant, But
you
in
made
that
yourself
service,
available.
exactly, make yourself valuable. And there were places in my life I didn't even know was broken. Like, I thought I'd already been through so much, right? And I was just on the up and up, had a really cool business, it was doing really well. And I remember, like, the day 3 with her. I go in the room, I get there for the day. I counsel, by the way, all my clients. for the rest of the week. I was like, done. I don't care about the money. I just want to be with this lady. I want to learn
Yeah,
what she knows.
absolutely.
You know, and I want to speak to that because sometimes we try to figure it out by ourselves. And God will send you people, but what are you willing to cast aside for right now? We're so busy looking for right now money. Right now satisfaction. Get rich now, do it now, I want to blow up now. And it's like, no, I needed to serve, you know, and that serve, what I've done with her in the last 5-6 years blows my mind. And I wouldn't be, a big part of what I do now has to do with her pushing me along and directing me and telling me what not to do, what mistakes not to make. And I remember walking in the room that first time I met her, and I remember my boyfriend was like, this is too much. Like, you're staying all night, you're staying all morning. Like, what are you doing? Like, he didn't understand because it was strange. I never did that before to that extent with somebody that I just met. And I remember walking in the room, and there was all these, like, women, and they were all, you know, 50s, 60s, and they were just powerful looking. I mean, just the energy in the room was just power. Everybody was fly. Everybody was different, you know, dreads and long hair and short hair and afros, and they're all black, and they're all like, I'm just looking around like, what is going on in here, you know? And I remember when I came in, I was just kind of like, just trying not to get in the way. And sometimes you can grow up in an environment where you don't even realize you've lived a life of trying to stay out the way. Right. And I remember she looked at me. I didn't even know I was doing it. She looked at me and she said, it's okay, baby. She said, you working with gladiators. We want you to shine. Like, don't. Whoa! She was like, and I just remember going, because I was so used to, listen.
Can you just pause right there? Pause right there, because the title of this podcast, or the topic for this podcast, is Girl, It's Okay. And the fact that you have a mentor and you have chosen to surround yourself with someone that said it's okay to do you, it's okay for you to shine. That right there is so vital and so crucial for us as sisters to understand. Because there are times when some of us, we walk into a room and sisters say, oh my God, well, she got it together way more than I do.
That part. Comparison.
And that comparison, or the feeling of, what if she outshines me? When we can all shine.
That part.
And I think it is so important that you just said, girl, it's okay for you to do you. It's okay for you to shine. It's okay to do that around here.
Kind of like an affirmation almost. When she said, girl, it's okay. You are in the room with gladiators. And almost like she's saying, if you are in this room, you're supposed to be in this room.
And she says that all the time now too, which is funny you said that.
Which is funny. You know, we just did a fashion show with S.A. Zenobor. And so I'm standing there getting ready to walk down the runway. And so I asked the guy, I said, okay, so I've been practicing on my walk, so I hope I got it. And he said, girl, if you are in this room, you got it. You meant to be here. And those were his exact words.
But wait, on the way over here, it came to me that sometimes it doesn't feel fair. So when I begin to have successes that I dreamed about, it didn't feel fair. And because it didn't feel fair, meaning I felt bad because I was outgrowing my circle. So you could, whether it was a relationship, you know, as in an intimate relationship, or a friendship, your neighborhood, when you begin to grow, a lot of times you feel like, oh my God, like I don't, you know, oh my God, I don't want people to think, like I hid, when I got my first nice car, I hid it. I didn't tell like my family, only my friends did. Like I didn't tell other, because I was like, well, I don't want them to feel like, you know, they, who do I think I am to just be whatever, right? And so I find that even today, the conversation, listen, negative conversations show up like emails that you unsubscribe and they keep on coming. You be like, what is this email doing in my inbox? I deleted this, right? And they come back.
Or the telemarketer
they keep calling. They call from a different number. Scam. That's negative conversation. And so it's interesting because that was the first time, you know, that I really understood what that meant, you know, that it's okay to shine. Because I spent my life not putting on makeup, wearing baggy clothes so that other people weren't uncomfortable. I used to walk in the room and women would say, here she go, her skinny. Here she go. So then I would just try to like not be seen because I don't want you to think that I'm cocky. I don't want you to think that because I'm not. Right? I can't help how I look. That's how God made me to look. But I shouldn't have to tone down. But then that was the time where I realized it's okay to be completely who you are and real people and mentorship. Because I've had some people who said they were my mentors. And the minute I would do what they taught me, I felt an energy that wasn't in alignment with
or that you begin to get a little
when
shine.
you shine and they want to like take like that's mentorship doesn't do that.
Yeah.
My favorite pictures of me and Lisa are when we're both on stage together, and the photographer is amazing. Oh my gosh, she's amazing. She always captures when there's a moment where Lisa tells me to do something and we're just in complete flow and we're on stage and I got a million pictures from all the events and she's always just looking at me like this. Like you see her excited for where I'm going.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love that.
That's true mentorship,
Yes.
right? And it's just interesting because she grew me up real fast, and then introduced me to her mentors. So it's like that kind of circle and that kind of environment I'm very passionate about bringing to people that know me. Whatever I know, if I can help. Like you see, it came in the room, I was like, yo, let's do this. Like what? Let's share resources.
And that's how you always been.
It's an abundant mindset. Anytime we think that, anytime you spoke to something, Jessica, you said, thinking that I'm going to outshine, like I don't want to outshine. That's, or I don't want, so-and-so to take my, did I do enough? That's scarcity. That's telling God that, you ain't the creator of all things and there's not enough for everybody. So
Wow, girl,
Let
you
me shrink.
just spoke. What I really want to ask you is at what point in your life did you get to that place when you said it's okay to just do me?
when I got off the floor from that beat, when I got my last physical fight with a crazy ex-boyfriend was when I was like, I almost died, and after you come out of that, what you gonna do? Like if somebody's trying, that's the hood part of me. At this point in my life, if you don't like it, I don't care. If you, whatever, I don't care because I know my energy.
And she means that.
I know my
She
energy.
means that.
I'm never coming from an ill place. And even if I get mad and I say something, I'm so convicted that I have to check myself and say, should you have said, I got to go back and apologize. So I won't walk a walk where even if I live in a, like this, hands up, surrender. So I don't care what you think about me because I know my heart. And I only want you to prosper.
That's what I love about Michelle. Michelle, what do you want me to call you?
Because we call Michelle. Okay, so
Michelle and Michelle.
Lakeisha came from because I had to start getting checks. Okay, so people, when I started getting checks, they was confused because Lakeisha is my first name. Mm-hmm. But my friends call me Michelle. I know where you know me from. Like real,
and that's how
like throwback friends call me Michelle. So I don't care. I have no preference.
Yeah, we
checks,
go back Shell.
Right. So
but
I have no preference.
For me to watch you blossom, me and Michelle met in the club.
In which club y'all meet at?
Who knows?
I don't think we should even give that place any credit.
Right?
Girl, we just, right? And we know where to find the same people, the other people that we met there. But to see her blossom, because we both work in entertainment, which is a tough business. And we started out in cover band. And the cover band scene had always been a blonde-haired, blue-eyed.
Can I tell you? I don't want to interrupt, but I got to. I just thought about this. You told me, don't you get caught up in this and make this your only. You told me that.
Wow.
I forgot, friend.
I did.
That's my friend. I forgot.
I told her don't get, because I knew my experience.
Yeah.
And I always said this to my daughter. Let me be your example of what not to do. Take. How do they say? Eat the meat and spit out the bone. She sees the good things, but I'm not perfect and I'm human. So just like you'd see me, and at the time I was puffing on a cigarette, and y'all was like, quit smoking. You're gonna ruin your voice. Quit smoking. So we were encouraging each other, and with it being a blonde hair, blue-eyed, and we were pretty much. Well, I think there may have been one other sister.
It was only a few.
It was only few, and Dallas being one of the largest cover band markets and producing some of the best talent. Yeah. But we were the few sisters in there, and the advice that we were giving each other was genuine.
Yeah.
And I think, but the competitive thing, I don't think I ever saw that with you. It was when I saw this girl, I saw her on stage singing, and I was like, okay, she's anointed, because she's not singing these cover tunes and these pop tunes like a robotic as these other cover bands do, or particular wedding singers. She is letting the anointing flow through her with a cover song. Okay, so she's really good. She won't be here too long doing this. She's going to be on a bigger stage. And true to that, look at you. You are traveling international. The funny thing about her, Michelle will get up. I'll talk to Michelle on a Monday, call her on a Tuesday. Girl, let's go out. Honey, I'm in Australia. Okay, so then I'll talk to her on Thursday. Okay, girl, I'm in LA.
But you know, you positioned yourself for those type of opportunities to come your way. There was something that you said earlier, which was, I made myself available, I canceled all of my appointments, and I sat back and I served. And I think also we as women need to understand that it's okay for us to actually step back and serve someone else. Because I feel like now this generation, everybody wants to be a boss.
That part.
Everybody, it's trending. It is so
cliche.
It's so cliche. It's a popular thing. I want to be a boss mom. I want to be a boss wife. I want to be the CEO. But the CEO understands what leadership means, and the CEO understands how to serve. You can't really be a CEO if you don't understand how to serve people.
Let me throw this in.
And here's what I love about you. And this is why I believe God has truly positioned you and put you in the places that you're in, is because you have the heart of a servant. Speak to the sisters and the brothers who might be listening today that may not have that servant attitude, and why it is so important.
Well, I definitely am grateful for the way I was raised, because we grew up in a holiness church, and we were. My dad's associate pastor. My aunt was every director you could name. She was like, so we were always at church when church wasn't happening. So you got to see firsthand what it looks like to actually run a church, right? The meetings, the whatever. We had to clean the church. When people leave, we got to go pick up all the fans, pick up the gum, pick up the tissue, pick up the, so, and when it comes to the people that were in leadership, it was just natural to be of service to the people that were in leadership. And you didn't even think twice about it. Anybody comes to the house, we want you, and I'm Southern. From Georgia. My mama from Georgia, you know what I'm saying? We Georgia folk. So if you all came right now to my aunt's house in Georgia, she's going to make you feel like the first, because you're going to feel like you're at the Taj Mahal. That's just what we do. You know what I'm saying? So it is definitely, I'm grateful because that is in my family DNA. But also being in church, you were taught to serve others. And so it's a blessing because it was easy. It's easy. Like even when I look at my salon business, when I had it, I wasn't trying to be a servant. Like it was just if you have a customer, if I see her walk in and she's holding her purse and she's looking, my first instinct is she need to put her purse somewhere. Like I instantly pull up something so she can put her purse. I don't want to put her purse on the floor. I see her, she's sniffing, you need tissue. Like that's natural. So what happens is indirect, as a result of just genuinely wanting to help people, you are blessed in ways that you can't fathom. Because now y'all know I'm a Jesus freak. If you really even look at Christ was the bomb. Christ is one of the most talked about people in the world to this day. Years, thousands and thousands, right? What was he doing? He went and served. And through your service, you are blessed. Jesus had to want for nothing. He had no rent to pay. He had no. This is a man, 30-some years old, walking the earth helping people.
Right. And all he did was help people.
And all he did was help people. And he empowered them. He was the King of Kings. He was the man. But he wasn't. My heart always hurts when, especially in the black community, when someone does really well and then it starts feeling like big I, little you. Right. You know what I'm saying? We do that a lot. And we should mock. Jesus was a CEO. He had 12 folks on staff. He had to manage the people, customer service. Y'all hungry? What y'all need? Like this is what was happening. So your blessings and everything you desire comes through serving. through your business, and through your friendships.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's something that we do that we don't know that we do, but we need, but we have to be the kind of friend we want to receive.
Mm-hmm.
Be the kind of woman that you want to, if you're dreaming of a man, like what kind of woman is fit for that?
Yeah.
So it's always service. And everything happens because of that. So I'm just blessed because it came from the way I grew up. But if you find yourself, you're listening and you're like, okay, how can I be of service? I don't have anything. Don't discount your purpose. So sometimes, because like you said, things are trending. Boss this, boss that, boss this, boss that. There's levels to boss. Like, you can be the boss of your house, you can be the boss of your life, you can be the boss of your business. There's different types of bosses, right? If you look at the Bible and you look at people who are significant but only had one job, right? So the lady who poured oil, right? She had one job. But look at her significance. We don't know all these different things. We don't know. But she's so significant. If you look at, there's just so many people in history that decided to make a move. Okay, Rosa Parks. Now, there's a lot around that. But that particular moment was extremely significant. Whether it was planned out, whether it was whatever. You can have a lot to say about it. But her sitting and taking that stand was the boss move. So putting trendy pictures into a vision board and looking at the trend for that to be my moment, I just want to be a servant. I'm serving God. So however it flows through my life and whatever my faculties are, like that's what servant look like. When you walk into a room, I have to stop myself sometimes because I'll go into, sometimes when I'm there to be the artist, the talent, I'll be trying to help. And they be like, ma'am, be talent. I'm like, but I can help you guys. Right? So just have a heart to help people in whatever you do. And it's going to get you to levels that you never even imagined.
Hey, woo.
Period.
Amen. And I believe there are some individuals that really needed to hear that because they have been so caught up in the trend of being the CEO that they have forgotten
what that
service.
Like.
Oh, yes. They have forgotten what they look like. They have forgotten what service looks like. They have forgotten that, wait a minute, I have a true purpose, and my true purpose is really to serve people. Your purpose has to be bigger than yourself.
Period.
And it has to include people. It has to include people.
First, which is funny.
Yes.
You have to die daily. You have to die daily. And that's my favorite, Miles Monroe. Me and Shell always sharing Miles Monroe stuff.
Love Miles. Love them.
Die empty and die daily. Die daily means that there is something that I want to do that I desire to do. And you still get to do what you want. Like, I literally do what I want to do every day. Like, But my key, everything that I want to do surrounds people. And so I had to accept that there's an abundance that happens when you serve people. Right? But don't serve people so you can have abundance.
Yeah. And there's a difference.
Say that one more time. That is a tweetable moment. Say that again.
Okay,
so there's an abundance that you get to receive because you desire to serve others. So your goal is to seek to be valuable. But don't do it from a place of, if I do this, then I'll get this.
Oh, girl.
Because you should give. It's going to come back to you in good measure. Period. That's a fact. Period. So don't look, it's just intentions. When I was like 20, I was just chasing dollars. Now, let me tell you what's funny about chasing dollars. Everything that you've done to this day, up until this day, serves for some purpose. I started a mobile app company. I started a website. I did all kind of stuff. I was doing all kind of stuff because it was also chasing the interest of things that were coming in my mind, right?
Michelle called it, she said, I know I'm having schizophrenic moments, but for me, with you doing that, Shell, seriously, it was like, I don't care, I'm just going to do it. And somewhere, my feet are going to land upright, and I'm going to land exactly where I'm supposed to be. And
so, girl, it's okay if you feel a little tossed and turned.
Okay.
If you feel a little confused, if you feel like you want to do this, and this, that's natural. That's the excitement bubbling up in you. And the key is for me, I put it all on paper.
Yes.
Who do I want to be? What do I really see myself? Because everything starts with being first. You don't get abundance after. Like, you have to feel abundant with whatever you have right now.
Yes.
Woo, right?
yeah. In everything, give thanks. In everything.
Everything. So when I was sleeping on the floor at my friend's house, I had to find abundance. And I was sleeping on the floor for real, like on the floor. Like, I don't even know how clean it was. Like, I was on the floor with a pillow and a comforter. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was my life. But I had to wake up every day and find abundance. And it was the simple things that I went, I'm okay. Right? And so, day by day, things happen, ideas come, and ideas are not valuable. The plan that supports the idea.
I'm gonna need all y'all to hear that. Ideas, cause you know, and let me just be real. For a long time, I used to say, God, give me ideas. But it's no longer God, give me ideas. It's God, give me the strategy. Give me the strategy, oh God, to be able to fulfill those ideas and turn them into something that is fruitful. And actually execute the strategy that you give to me. Because a lot of times people got these amazing ideas.
After ideas.
After idea. I'm
guilty.
Oh,
I think we all are. We all are guilty of that.
And it, you know, it's great to have, and I say the same thing, ideas and dreams. I kind of look at them the same.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people that are running around, including myself. Dreams, but we have to ask God to give us strategy and to execute.
Come on.
And to take action.
With an urgency.
With an urgency.
Because if you take all day, it's going to take all day. But you don't know the time. You don't know it's not your job to know. But many are the plan. Like, I got a bunch of plans. I got a bunch of ideas. God already got it.
That is my favorite Bible verse.
Listen,
many are the plans in the Lord,
yeah.
in the man's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that will prevail.
So guess what? Come on, y'all. Let's work this out now. Come on now. Got excited. So whose plan? Many. Say it again, sis.
It is many are the plans in a man's heart.
Okay, pause. Where the plans at?
In the man's heart.
Where the plans at?
In the man's heart.
So where's our hearts? That's our subconscious mind. That's that's the core of our soul. So the plans.
I got to stand up and shout.
The plans.
Just as long as you don't go in the song again.
The plans were given to us. Now, a lot of times, I know somebody gonna hear that and say, "But not me. But what about my situation?" Listen, I had a coach one time. His name's Sebastian. Oh my God, he's a beast. Ugh. Jesus freak beast. Like, he's just off the chain. He does not let you sit in excuses, right? So I was like, well, no, I can't do this because of this, and no, I can't do this. And he was like, he asked me a question. I said, I don't know. He said, if you did know, what would it be? And I was like, but I said, I don't know. He was like, but if you did know, what would it be? And I love the reframing of the question, because you've been given a gift of imagination. Exceedingly abundantly above all, you can do what? Ask, think, imagine. So my job is to ask, is to think, is to have imagination. Things come from imagination. These buildings we look at, this microphone, this beautiful flute, this is imagination. What if I could? So it goes back to the abundance thinking. Because, girl, it's okay. You're going to have some dreams and you're going to have some visions. But the plans are in your what? The plans are where? Where they at?
In your heart.
So it's my job to create a plan. And then say, God, check this out. I'm going to take the moves. And guess what? With a plan. I had a plan to get here. I had to put the GPS on. I had to start. I had an end destination. I went a different way. I went around in a circle for a minute. But the destination didn't change.
Exactly.
And guess what? You know what I realized about purpose? I struggled with purpose for years. I think probably most of my 20s was struggling with people talking about purpose, because I just got frustrated because I feel like I didn't know the purpose, right? And I was looking for this one thing that I was supposed to do.
Wow. Girl, let me let you finish, because you're going somewhere with that.
Seriously.
You're going somewhere, and I have a feeling I know where you're going with it. Keep on speaking, sis.
So what I love about documenting your life when you're imperfect, when you're thinking about it, when you're starting, when you got an idea, when you want to try something new, because, oh, by the way, you will fail. Fail is not a fail. It's just a lesson learned, right? So as many things, I started a lot. If you know me for any time, you're going to be like, Shell did this. And I do it with no shame.
With no shame.
I don't feel bad if it didn't work. Hey, I'm back with a new plan. stuff.
I love it.
Right? So what's interesting is that when I look back at, for example, my YouTube, it documents from 2007 to today. My purpose and my intention was really always there and always the same. Serving other people, particularly women, letting them know that they're enough. Letting them know that whatever struggle they had, it doesn't define them. It just makes them a beautiful star. Like the scar makes you a beautiful star, and here we are. Like the purpose, my intention of living is to show people freedom through kingdom principles, through life, through Christ. I grew up where freedom was not in Christ. They said it was a lie. It felt very restrictive and oppressive, and I just almost turned from God, right? So my purpose, the theme of my life, if the occupation changes, the purpose is the same. I will never touch anything that doesn't empower a woman. Right? The vision for my life, all you got to get clear on is what you're good at. What's your gift, right? And some people try to make it has to be music or dance. No, I just happen to be a singer that can songwrite, that can do. That's what God gave me. But because God has that's my life's calling. So you also have to be okay with what it was for you. Maybe you're a writer. Maybe you're the person that supports me getting all of this content out. It's just as powerful.
Yes.
I can't be great if you're not in your greatness.
Yes.
So I need everybody around me to be great and own their genius. Period.
Yes.
Right? That's purpose.
Everybody around
It's nice
you
being
be
around
great
geniuses.
and own your genius.
That
yes.
part.
Yes, and as you were going on and you said your purpose remains the same, I think so many of us get caught up in trying to understand, okay, what is this ministry that I'm supposed to start? What is this business that I'm supposed to start? What is this book that I'm supposed to write? That is my purpose. And we all have a variety of purposes in life.
Come on.
There's a variety of things that God is going to ask us to do and call us to do. And sometimes there's a season when you ain't going to be writing books, but He's going to have you in preparation for writing those books. And
You gotta
that
have
is your
experience.
purpose for that moment. You understand what I'm saying? And people have to understand that. When people come to me and they ask the question, Jessica, I don't fully understand my purpose. My question back to them is, you know what are you good at? What are your gifts? Something that you said.
Oh, you
Your
sound like you
gifts.
listen to your mom.
Mom, I listen to
She
you.
listens to her mommy.
But I love the book of Proverbs.
Oh,
And
my
if you
favorite.
Read
Come on,
the book
sis.
of Proverbs.
My favorite.
The book of Proverbs will teach you. It is full of wisdom.
Come on.
Full of so much wisdom.
That's
and
my
it
favorite.
tells you that your gifts make room for you.
Come on.
And it sounds so cliche, but it's real. And if you just sit back for a moment, girl, spend time with yourself.
Yes.
Get away from the noise.
Cut it off.
Get away from everybody.
Come on.
And really take time to understand the plans that are in your heart and in your mind and in your soul. And you begin to write that down and begin to put together the plan of action and begin to allow the Holy Spirit to speak to you.
Come on.
I'm telling you, it's the best thing that you can do for yourself. I tell you, you'll never question your purpose again.
Come on.
But sometimes people are afraid of themselves.
Come on.
They're afraid
Marion Williams.
of their potential. They're afraid of what they really can be. God is giving you a glimpse of who you are, and He's saying, this is what I want you to be, but you choosing to stay here.
Come on.
Girl, it's okay. Again, going back to shining. God wants all of us to shine.
Period. You should never be around people that when you know what, I get irritated and in the most righteous way. You know what I love about Paul, if you read the Bible, like Paul was going in on everybody. Look, y'all get on my nerves.
Like, this is just
didn't
meaningless.
care.
Meaningless.
So I try not to be that ruthless,
girl.
because my dad's a sergeant, so there is not a day in my daddy's life where he ain't gonna tell you what it is, how it is, like it is, and he don't care. Like, he has no second thought. I'd be like, and my mom calls me, my dad's name is Don, so my mom called me Donette, because she'd be like, that's her way of telling me, like, you need to chill, you look too rough. So
I love it.
I know. So I just trip out, because if you look at vision, purpose, they all go like this, right? They go hand in hand. It's gonna tell you what you shouldn't do. It's gonna tell you what you should do. It's gonna order your steps, but it's not magic. You've got to put in. If you have a gift, if you have a book, if you have a something, you've got to do your part. So don't be around nobody that doesn't enlighten you to, like, your crew gotta support you.
Yeah.
If y'all, we walk into a room sometimes, And we'd be like, oh, look at you. Oh, okay. You lost weight. Look at your hair. Oh my, you did that. Get out of those. Run quickly away from those environments.
Oh
And
my goodness.
Seriously.
Yeah.
When people say that, I just trip out now. And guess what? You gonna feel bad because you leaving them. But they're not thinking like you.
Right.
They're not on the same vibration as you. And so I don't know about you, but I don't know how much time I have left. So if I keep spending my time with people that when I walk in the room, I gotta start pulling my coat close together, not put on my fur because I don't want you uncomfortable. Change my shoes, change my bed. I'm in the wrong room.
Wow.
Right?
Right.
And what I should be is in the room with the people that's telling me to enhance my gifts. And don't compare your gift. Just know that I'm really good at. I tell my housekeeper in LA all the time. Let me tell you something. That woman right there, when she clean, it feel like Jesus walked through your house. I be mad because I'm like, well, I know I grew up cleaning. I'm a clean woman. I know how to clean. But when she cleans, I just be like, why doesn't it feel
It's
like
her
when
gift.
she does it?
It is her
It's her
gift.
thing. And I give her tips, extra tips. I'm always like, Melvin, I want you to be, oh my God, I just see an empire for her. But she doesn't see it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, and here's another thing you talked about, just we can be so scared of what this, it don't take a rocket scientist situation to make a lot. You know what I'm saying? To be successful. But when you think about something that you do and it's easy for you and you don't value it as a gift, then you're just like, oh, I know I do that well, but what else? So here you are.
Wow, sis, that's deep. You just took it to a whole nother level.
How many times have we done that? I've done that.
It's kind of like The Color Purple.
Plenty of times.
The scene in The Color Purple where they walk by the flower that's purple and she says, I wonder if it pisses God off when we walk by the color purple and don't notice it. You know, or like for me, my thing is I can go to another state and observe the scenery and the landscape and be like, oh, that's so beautiful. And I come back here.
And we in the same zip
same
code,
scenery,
same restaurant. Like we ain't doing nothing new.
Autumn leaves and don't even notice it. Like, man, just drive by and be like, I sure want to go to Maine.
Come on,
this
y'all
time of
freeing
year.
somebody
That's
right
good.
now. Y'all freeing
That's
somebody
good.
right now.
That, you
y'all
know,
freeing somebody.
Yeah,
right
I had to stop myself from doing that and find, especially now in an age of social media, when we look at everybody else and we want their photoshopped body or their fake Louis Vuitton shoes or
Wait, what? Fluid baton.
okay. And
Y'all don't do that. I don't like. Well, never mind. Let me be quiet.
Yeah, but
you can
it
do
is
that.
so-
If that's what you feel.
I had to stop myself from wanting what was fake.
And that's what I meant. Don't buy the fake stuff. It's a waste of your money. Just save
But
and buy the good thing.
appreciating-
Because now let me tell you what's funny. Words come to me so much on the I'm always like thinking of my brain just be going. So like this is what I was just jotting down content for different things that I have coming up, and it was crossing subjects because I'm teaching a couple classes right now. So what it said, what I wrote on the way here, you see a little. You are worthy.
Oh my
You're worthy.
goodness.
You're worthy. You're good enough. So an idea I have for something that I'm creating is I'm in a season of saving, right? And when I was growing up, saving meant you can't ball out, you can't do this, you can't do that. It means we broke. My friends get to have it and I don't. That was what I tied to saving. So for so long, I never valued saving. I never did it, right? So then it's like I'm in a season of saving myself. I'm in a season of saving my words. I'm in a season of saving my thoughts, my money. But I'm also in the season of circulation. I'm circulating my thoughts,
Okay.
my words, right? My money. And then I thought about like certain things that I felt, and as we talked about, like I mentioned it a minute ago.
Wow.
It's not fair, but it's not supposed to be. Who said life's supposed to be fair, right?
Right.
So when you begin to receive and you've changed your mindset, girl, it's okay.
It's
It's not
okay.
going to feel fair, but you are worthy, right?
Michelle.
So then look, it's your job to show up anyway, the way you want to be addressed, despite the conversation in your head. Correct what you need to correct, because somebody gonna listen to this and say, well, I can't speak on that because I need to do all this dirt that I did in the past, or oh, my habits are still not all the way, whatever, right? Correct what you need to correct. So just know that you can still speak and be in correction,
Yes.
right? And then here's what's funny. I said, find the stories that don't serve you and rewrite them. Because there's a lot of stories that we live by. that don't serve us.
Yeah.
And it's your job. It's not going to rewrite itself. It's in your heart. So if those 6 stories are in your heart, how are the plans going to come to fruition? Because you're governed by the stories in your heart. So, like for me, I grew up. My mama always said, "There's not enough money. There's not enough money. There's not enough." That's the chant that was carved out. Turn the lights out. We ain't got no money for that. Close the refrigerator. We ain't got no money for that. Girl, we ain't buying no new clothes. We ain't got no money for that. We not buying on brand. So for so long, it took me a long time to buy something on brand because we didn't even buy on brand soda. We bought Shasta instead of Coke.
Wow.
Anybody? Don't be hating on Shasta Life.
Look,
You had Mr. Pippa,
yeah.
and Dr. Pepper.
Okay, I was like, we didn't have
But
Shasta.
listen.
We might have had something else off brand.
So I said, but what are you surrounding yourself with that's supporting your conditioning? Because you've got to recondition yourself.
Yeah.
So it all goes to what are you surrounding yourself with that supports your conditioning? Even someone watching this podcast video, singing champagne flutes, and hearing the restaurant and being in a beautiful environment, that's helping them. Mm-hmm. That's helping them see bigger for themselves.
Hallelujah.
Because let me tell you, Chile is great and all, but when you live a Del Frisco's life, when you live a Mastro's life, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with you. I still go to Chili's. But it's like I didn't go like when I was growing up. It was that's where other people go. So then you begin to live a life where you're excluding yourself because that's where the rich people go. But you have to be rich, spiritually, before you receive and retain and obtain and contain and keep.
Come on now.
Right? So then the funny thing is what we just said at the end of it was like, this is all on the way here, y'all. I said I used to buy 20 cheap things because I thought, oh my God, because we talk about the Flubitons. Like I used to, and I'm not knocking to it. I still go to Forever 21. But now I think differently because when I look at what I really, really love and what's lasted the longest was when I took the time to invest.
Pay quality.
So when you speak of serving, talking to the people who need to serve, a lot of times people don't want to serve because it's going to take you some time. So you don't get that immediate gratification all the time. Although when you serve truly from your heart, you get a gratification that money can't buy.
A lot of people don't want to serve too. We got to learn to give up, relinquish a little control. And again, with that, that's making sure you have those positive influences that you have in your life. Because with church, for example, a lot of people relinquishing their freedoms and things to the church and then not getting that, lifting them back up. So definitely being able to relinquish some of that power and that control in order to gain and learn.
And the control comes from, I think, when you don't have the mindset of as powerful. It took me a long time. My daddy, I love my daddy. He get on my nerves. We argue all the time, but I love my daddy. Like,
Daddy's girl.
But yeah, I'm a daddy's girl. Like,
she's a daddy's girl.
OMG. Like, it's so funny. My dad, since I was a child, has just drilled certain things into me that before I was even ready to understand. And I remember a couple years ago, my dad called me. He said, "Hey, baby girl, I was thinking about something." He said, "You remember that scene on Coach Carter?" I don't know. I didn't watch the.
I love Coach Carter.
Yeah,
I'm
so,
such a movie person.
So I had to go YouTube it. So yeah, I had to go YouTube because I didn't know. I'm not a movie. I'd be like lost. If I had to play a movie game, I would lose.
Oh
every
my
time.
God, I love movies.
I lose. Okay, so I go look at the scene, and it's the Marianne Williamson quote, where it's basically the summary of that quote is, you're scared of who you know you. You're scared because you're so powerful.
Yeah.
There's something inside of you that says, this might work. Girl, you might be on to something. Right? Girl, you are enough. You are powerful. You're so scared of that. So then you begin to do, you naturally begin to do sideline jobs and side tasks and be okay with distractions because of the fear of being great. I didn't know that was a thing. My daddy called me one day. He read the quote. Let me look at the quote so we can give it some justice.
I know which one it is.
It's the look, y'all. Everybody on the internet land. It's Marianne. Yep.
Marianne Williams.
Let me get the quote right. It's the fear of being inadequate or something like that. It's not. It's that you're not scared that you're inadequate. It's our deepest fear. Let me find it.
Yes, girl. Hold on.
I got to find it, y'all.
Our deepest fear is that we are not inadequate, but that we are adequate.
Here we go. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. So you ain't scared that you're not enough. Because deep down inside, you would never have a vision or a dream or something if you know what I'm saying, if you really truly thought whatever, right? But our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure.
And we are.
We really are.
We are.
Y'all go look at the whole quote. It's bomb. My daddy called me one day, and it was funny because I needed to hear that. And then I started thinking, like, why? I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know you could be scared of success.
Oh, yeah.
I think for me, self-sabotage. Because, like you, I had always been taught, and growing up in the 60s, that as a black woman, we had to keep our head down. And so, even in class, even though I knew the answer, I wouldn't raise my hands. So I would just, kind of dumb myself down. But yeah, I was afraid. And then coming into adulthood, figuring out things that I could do, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm good at this. I'm good at this. I'm good at this. I'm good at this. But building up that self-confidence to say, okay, I can make this profitable. I can make this profitable. Make this profitable. And when I learned that, you and I talk about this all the time, that Dr. Miles said, make yourself like oil, gas,
Come on,
water.
invaluable.
Exactly.
Invaluable.
And you will,
We have discussed so many incredible things today. I'm like blown away. On the inside, I'm like, dang, like I don't want this to end. But I want to end it off with this last question. What are, from everything that we've discussed, what are maybe 3 to 5 things that you would want our listeners to take away from Girl, It's Okay?
3 to 5 things is, first, know that you're worthy. That whatever scars you have, they're for a purpose. And so a lot of times if you're searching for purpose, look at your scars. What did you learn? Your job is to share it with the next sister, right?
Yeah.
So understanding that you're worthy, understanding that, look for what's easy that you do, like in your sleep. It's okay to receive value, money, and all other things that come with it, in exchange for your gifts.
Yeah.
And typically your gifts you don't value because they're easy for you.
Because they're easy.
Right. So you're worthy. Look for the things that you do easy and find how to monetize it, right? Be a servant all the time. Even like servant leader. It doesn't mean that whatever. You're not. It's just I have a servant spirit. Be valuable every single place you go. When you walk in somewhere, where can I serve? How can I help people? I think that. Oh, and don't look at change, and just watch change happen, and keep waiting and waiting and waiting.
Yeah.
Be change, embrace change, flow with change, right? Evolve. That's it. That's all we can do. Keep spreading the good news. Number 5, spread the news.
And just keep living. You got it.
Girl, I had to take some notes over here. Y'all see, I'm over here typing. Thank you so much, Lakeisha Michelle, for this awesome time. We are so honored to have had you here on the Dish and Dine Podcast. And I feel like there are really going to be, for some reason, freedom just keeps coming out. When we were talking in our last episode, we were discussing freeing people. And I feel like this conversation is going to free so many.
Yeah.
Again, Girl, It's Okay is to really give all of you the courage and insight to just breathe again. And I hope that after you have listened to this episode that you really just have a moment to just let it all out and know that it's okay to do you. It's okay if you were shining in the midst of the room full of your girlfriends and somebody don't want you to shine anyway, and encourage them to shine. And then all of these wonderful tips, which we are going to have to put up. Know that you are worthy. Value your gifts. Find out how to monetize them. Most importantly, be a servant. Be valuable everywhere you go. Be change. Embrace change. value, change, evolve, and keep living. Oh,
Come
my
on.
goodness.
Come on, that's yummy.
Woo.
I love it.
Thank you so much again.
You're
we
welcome.
appreciate you. Now, y'all, you already know we got to get to the woman to woman. So we had a question that came in from some of our Instagram followers. One in particular, her name is I am Lizzie B. MUA.
Oh, goodness.
I know. We know her very well.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. Hey, girl.
Hey.
And the question that she asked is, what is something that every woman needs to know? And when I saw that question, I was like, well, dang, there's a lot of stuff that we as women need to know. But I guess what is something that we just, when we run into a woman, we just got to let her know?
I feel like we hit it already. Like,
We hit it today.
you're valuable. Like, I see you.
I see you is good.
I see you.
Yeah.
And we need to do it to each other. Every woman you see, if every woman always just went, I see, and like from a heart space.
I see you. I see you.
I see you.
I see you.
And that's, you got to really let that sink in. Because I see you is not just, I see your beauty.
Yeah.
I see the beautiful extensions you got in.
Right.
That beat face.
Right.
It's, I see you in your heart.
Yeah.
And I see where God is taking you.
Yeah.
And I see what He wants to do in your life. Let's help each other.
Yeah, and whatever you've experienced is not in vain. So many women, we're very good carrying stuff on our back. We real good at that. And so we can be dressed up to the nines in the ritziest place or go to the lowest of the lowest place. At the end of the day, we're all doing the same thing, right? When it comes from a place of trying to protect our camp, trying to be all that we can be in our environment, and it can get hard and tough. And the last thing a woman needs to see from another woman is something that makes her question anything about herself. So, never judging, always just, I see you. And even if there's something that you're doing that doesn't resonate with me, I'm cool, I see you, like, I'm here for you. It's having that heart to, again, serve.
And even if you do run into people that don't receive your light,
You just be the light.
you be the light.
Capital
And-
B-E.
and just remember that the light is in you, and you just keep shining. Girl, it's okay. To anybody, whether it's loss of a loved one, loss of a child, a bad relationship, it is okay. It is okay.
That's all right.
Come on.
Y'all, we have really enjoyed Dishing and Dining with Lakeisha Michelle, and we have
enjoyed you
enjoyed
guys.
just sitting down and going over all this. Girl, it's okay. We hope all of you enjoyed.
It's okay.
It's all right. It's all right. It's okay.
all right.
Yes, indeed.
We hope all of you enjoyed. Y'all, make sure that if you have any questions for the Woman to Woman segment, send in your questions to dishanddinepodcast@gmail.com or hit us up in our DMs on @Dish and Dine Podcast. And once again, thank you to Trattoria Restaurant in Frisco, Texas for sponsoring our delicious food that we
Al
are about
Giardino.
to eat. Ooh, yes,
Have
yes,
really
yes,
good
yes,
salmon,
yes.
too.
Can't wait to eat this food, but y'all, God bless y'all, and until next time, make sure you subscribe, like, listen, hit the thumbs up button. We
Share.
love y'all. God bless y'all. Mwah.
Bye.
Yeah. Get ready for the next episode. And what they say? Smoke every day. That's what they say in the song. Remember that Dr. Dre song?